Hello, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are on day 2 of this 5-day masterclass on how to step into your inner badass to conquer binge eating. How are you doing? How are you feeling? I am so pumped up. I'm so fired up to be here. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Let me know who is here, who is watching live with me. I am so excited. I feel like we've already done 5 days together. I feel like we just lived a lifetime together. I've just been so immersed in this training, planning the trainings behind the scenes, and just wanting to deliver an incredible training for you guys. Brianna's here. Hey, Brianna. Brianna is my Academy Badass client. She's celebrating 8 days binge free. Let's go. Let's celebrate her. Devin's here. Hey, Charlotte. Ryan. Hello. Conquer client. Sarah. Sarah, I know you're going to come into the membership soon. I can't wait to support you. Courtney. Courtney just joined Conquer today. We all need to celebrate Courtney. She's a badass. She joined Conquer for 12 months. Liz is a Conquer client. Kristen's inside of the membership. Okay, so excited. Let me know how you're feeling. How are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? How are you guys doing? Just finished the replay of day 1. Amazing. So good. Okay, before we go ahead and dive on in, I want to set the tone. I want to get you guys in the vibe. I want you to be reminded that you are a badass, that you can conquer binge eating. So I'm going to play my little 2-minute audio clip to get this masterclass started, and then we're going to go ahead and dive on in. So hopefully I'm playing the right clip, and let's go ahead. Let's play it. Okay, here we go. Welcome to the greatest week of your life, where you fully step into your inner badass who is beyond ready to conquer binge eating. Your inner badass knows you're way more powerful over your binge urges and chooses to not give in to them even when they feel strong and uncomfortable. Your inner badass is confident with your food choices and no longer cares about what other people think about how much and what you're eating. Your inner badass stops overthinking every food choice and listens to her intuition and starts building up self-trust so she knows exactly how much to eat without dieting. Your inner badass believes in yourself and your ability to conquer binge eating. So you show up every single day for yourself and your relationship with food until you conquer. You're about to embark on the greatest journey of your life over the next 5 days and beyond. So get ready, badass. It's your time to conquer. Yeah. I just get chills every single time I listen to that, because I just want you guys to know that you can do this. You are a badass. Just literally right now, drop in the chat, I am a badass. In case you forgot, I am a badass. Drop that in the chat. In case you forgot, I am a badass. I am a badass. I am a badass. I don't care how many times you need to remind yourself of this. I am a badass. Everyone drop that in the chat right now. Everyone drop that in the chat before we dive in. So a few more things before we get started on day 2. Congrats, Haley and Jill, for joining VIP. There's still an opportunity to join VIP if you've not yet joined VIP. Our VIP chat is popping. You get to ask me questions. I've already answered how to stop thinking about food all day long when you know you're not hungry, how to not give in to your urges when they feel so strong, how to normalize trigger foods like peanut butter, and so much more. So every day I am answering your questions. I'm also sharing how I've maintained a binge-free life with no urges to binge, and how you can start taking these steps right now to set yourself up for a sustainable binge-free life. And there's also a Zoom coaching call with me, and it's $33 to upgrade. Okay, so if you want to do that, you can just click the link. I just shared it, or check your email, and you can upgrade for $33. Okay. Lastly, I'm also going to be doing some more giveaways. So for the next giveaway, all you need to do to enter the giveaway is make a post inside of this Facebook group. And I want you to share your biggest takeaways. What changes you're starting to see already since being in the masterclass? Maybe you're having a more positive mindset. Maybe you're starting to speak to yourself in a more positive way. Maybe you're starting to believe that conquering binge eating is possible for you. You're feeling hope. You're feeling seen. All you need to do is literally make a post in the group sharing your biggest takeaways from the masterclass and what's been happening so far for you. And I will be choosing a winner every single day for the next 3 days. Okay? Someone is going to win my program on how to stop emotional eating. That's happening at the end of the month, which is valued at $497. And somebody's also going to win a private coaching call with me, which is valued at $297. So I'm so pumped. That's all you need to do to enter. Make a post inside of the Facebook group, your biggest takeaways, what changes you've noticed so far since being in the masterclass, and I'm going to choose the next winner tomorrow. Okay. Day 2. Welcome to day 2. Most people don't start healing their relationship with food because there's fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of spiraling out of control, fear of what if it doesn't work, fear of I've tried so many different things, I don't want to fail. And I want to shift this for you. I want you to get excited. I want you to get excited for this journey and the journey that you're about to embark on, which is your binge-free life. But also, a badass feels fear and doesn't let fear get in the way. I was scared to heal my relationship with food because I thought that meant crazy weight gain. Anyone else have that thought? But it's not true. When you do things properly and you don't just eat whatever you want and you actually eat intuitively properly, you don't just eat whatever you want. You don't spiral out of control. You actually don't gain a bunch of weight. You're eating intuitively. You're eating to fuel your body. You're choosing nutritious foods because it makes you feel really good, while also at the same time enjoying foods that you love. Because you don't have urges, you don't feel impulsive. You've gotten back in tune with your hunger and fullness cues, so you can effortlessly stop when you're full. And in fact, when you stop binging and you have a healthy relationship with food and you're not impulsive, you've gotten out of your all or nothing mentality, you can actually release weight naturally. And all of you guys are badasses and you know that. You're like, okay, I know that if I actually focus on healing my relationship with food, I get to have it all. I get to have freedom with food, and I also get to be in the most confident body I've ever been in. One of my clients that I worked with inside of the Root and Rewire membership, she's binge free now. We worked together inside of the membership for 6 months. Not only is she binge free, she released 20 pounds. But here's the thing. We didn't even focus on that. It happened because she didn't even focus on that. She focused on healing her relationship with food and getting rid of her urges. And as a result, her weight took care of itself. Now she can bake with her daughter. She can travel. She can go out for dinner, order what she wants. She's confident that she can stop when she's full. Imagine if she said, I'm scared. Imagine if she let the fear win. Imagine if she said, but I've tried so many things, so this probably isn't going to work. Imagine if she said, oh, I'm so scared, and she didn't actually go for it. Imagine if she didn't heal because she was scared of the unknown, of what it's going to look like. I remember before she signed up and joined the membership, she said, this condition of binging is so lonely. It's so isolating. And it makes it seem like it's even bigger, it's even louder. So I appreciate you sharing about it. There was fear. She felt isolated. No one else was talking about binge eating. She felt isolated until she was part of a badass community inside of the membership. And right away, it's like the first little bit of hope, she said. She's like, I felt the first little bit of hope in a really long time. And fast forward 6 months later, binge free. She released 20 pounds. It's not even, she said she's like, that's not even it. She's like, I got my life back. The initial decision to step into her inner badass and heal her relationship with food is why she conquered. It doesn't happen when you don't take risks. It doesn't happen when you don't take the leap, when you don't heal. You choose to heal, you lean into the fear, and you show up for yourself. I was scared to heal my relationship with food. I thought, let me know if you can relate to this. I thought that healing your relationship with food meant eating junk all day. And I was like, well, I don't want that. I don't want to throw my health out the window. How many of you believe if I heal my relationship with food, that means I'm just going to eat junk all day? How many of you guys believe that? How many of you guys believe that? That's not true. When you're binging, you can't control yourself around sweets. When you heal your relationship with food, you nourish your body. You take such good care of it. I have so much energy every single day. I eat nutritious foods regularly while enjoying all foods, no urges. I feel amazing. I've never felt as good as I do today, and I'm way healthier. Why? Because I'm not binging. Why? I'm not starving myself. Why? I'm not binging on thousands of calories. That is hard on your metabolism. It's the worst thing for you, stress. Healing your relationship with food doesn't mean you're going to eat junk all day long just because you can. No, when you're binging, you spiral out of control and you consume thousands of calories and you feel bloated and you feel inflamed. When you heal your relationship with food, you take good care of yourself. You respect your body. It's so easy for you to listen to what your body needs. It's easy for you to eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. You listen to your body. You can trust your intuition. You know exactly how much to eat without having to diet or track your food. You rest when you're tired. You have a good relationship with exercise. That is health. Yes, I feared that was true, but I'm seeing how it's not true anymore. More and more every single day. Exactly. I was scared to heal my relationship with food because I thought if I am out of control right now, like, I don't want to spiral even more out of control with food. And that's also not true. I am busting all those myths. I'm busting all these myths. You get into the driver's seat of your own life when you heal. You choose what you want to eat. Your urges don't decide for you. With a healthy relationship with food, you don't have urges. With an unhealthy relationship with food, the urges say, you gotta eat this. There's no choice. It feels like I must give in. Urges are strong, they're demanding, they're persistent, they feel powerful, way more powerful over you. You feel compelled to eat the cookies, the chocolate. There's no choice. You feel like somebody else is making a decision for you. Some monster, you're going through this out-of-body experience. With a healthy relationship with food, you have choice. You have the freedom to choose. What do I want? What sounds good right now? What's my body craving? And you actually know the difference between a craving and a binge urge. And actually, you won't even have any urges anymore when you have a good relationship with food, but that's how freeing it is, the freedom of choice. You could choose the chocolate, or you can choose the fruit or the salad, but you're in control. You can have the chocolate, have a few pieces and move on with your day. Or you can have the fruit or you can have the salad and not feel like you're depriving yourself. That is freedom. Drop freedom below. The freedom to choose. I could have the chocolate. I could because I am so confident that when I have the chocolate, I don't spiral out of control with food. Or you can choose the salad or the fruit. There's no scarcity. You're choosing. You're like, I'm actually really craving the salad right now. That sounds really refreshing. Or I feel like a delicious bowl of fruit because it's really hot outside and I feel like that's just going to feel very nourishing for my soul. Like that just sounds really good right now. A healthy relationship with food gives you freedom. What sounds good? What do I feel like? Ooh, what do I want today? You can open up your pantry and you're like, what sounds good? You trust yourself. Versus, what should I eat? Oh my God, what do I have to eat? What is my urge driving me to eat? I don't have control, so what is my urge making me eat right now? Hey, Veronica. Hey, Veronica. My urge is telling me I need to go to the convenience store. I need the chocolate right now. But a healthy relationship with food, it's not on demand. It's not like I need to go to the convenience store right now. I need the chocolate. There's no scarcity. It's like, what do I feel like today? Knowing that you can have the chocolate today, you can have it tomorrow, you can have the pancakes today, you can have it tomorrow, you can have the cookie today, you can have it tomorrow, like freedom. I've experienced this and it felt so good. Yes, Charlotte. Yes, yes. So what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of when it comes to healing your relationship with food? Maybe it's something that I shared, the fears that I had, but I kind of squashed them all. But what fear do you have? There's probably some fear. And fear is actually normal. Can I share something with you? I am not shocked if you have fear. Like it's not surprising. You haven't healed your relationship with food. So of course you have fear, but also you care. You care. Healing your relationship with food is important to you. Have you considered that? Healing your relationship with food is important to you. You care. Fear is not a bad thing. I think so many people, well, I know so many people feel fear and they're like, I'm out, can't do this. But fear means I am stepping into my greatness. I am doing what I know that I've meant to do for years, heal my relationship with food, break free of years of yo-yo dieting. Holy shit balls, it's scary, but also I'm ready. I know that I'm supposed to be doing this. Fear means I am doing what most people aren't willing to do. Fear means I am stepping into the greatest badass version of myself. I am up leveling. I am breaking years of generational patterns of disordered eating. Fear means I am going to be a better example to my children. Chills. It's a big deal. Of course you have fear. Am I shocked? No. If you don't have fear, you are coasting through life. You're not living. You're just going through life normally, but you are not normal. You're not normal. You are a badass that goes above and beyond. You are somebody who will lean into the fear so that you can live your greatest potential. You can heal your relationship with food. You can be the best example to your children. That is a badass. A badass knows this is so important to me. So fear, you ain't got nothing on me. I'm excited that there's fear because that means that I'm doing something big and I'm doing something for myself. It's important to me. A badass doesn't say, oh, that seems so scary. I'm just going to continue to stay comfortable and I'm going to continue just having binges and letting food control me. A badass takes action. A badass goes for it. A badass chooses to heal because she wants to take the best care of herself. She knows she is worthy of living her best life physically, mentally, and emotionally. And she doesn't let fear get in the way. She leans in and she's like, this means a greater life. Fear means I am on to better things. Fear means I am one step closer to a binge-free life. Fear means I am stepping into the greatest version of myself. The people who conquer, they take fear along for the ride. Because fear will always be there. When you're doing something important, when you're doing something new, there's going to be fear. Even for myself, I don't have any problems with food, but for me, I just invested in another coach. I've always worked with coaches and mentors because I really value somebody who is where I want to be. I always invest in coaches and mentors. I was in a 12-month program. I'm in a 6-month program. And I just invested in another coach for my business. Of course, there's fear. It's big. It's exciting. It's all the fears. But I go for it. I don't say, oh, that's too scary. I say, what would a badass do? A badass has fear, and a badass says, all right, I'm ready. Let's freaking go. I'm up leveling. I want to live an extraordinary life. And I know you do too. So it's not that the people who conquer don't have fear. It's they're like, okay, fear, come on. Come on for the ride. We're doing this. We're on to better things. I never let fear stop me, ever. I get excited when there's fear. I'm like, yes, I'm up leveling. I'm stepping into the best version of myself. And I would much rather say I went all in and I went for it and I leaned into the fear than I wish I would have done it. Remember yesterday I said, you don't want to be 80 years old and be like, damn, I wish I didn't spend my whole life thinking about food. You want to look back at your life and be so proud of the person that you were, proud of the incredible life that you got to live. Yes, I'm going to use that. What would a badass do? I want my girls, I don't want my girls living in this like I have. Exactly. And Sarah, you go first. You be that example. It's like, I'm going to choose to lean into the fear so that my daughters don't have to go through what I went through. How powerful. That's a badass move. And so there's going to be fear, but there's really 2 ways that you can go about this journey. Okay? There's 2 ways that you can go about healing your relationship with food. Number 1, I'm going to use the analogy of a slide, okay? Just because it makes sense. Number 1, you can go on the deep slide or you can go on the bumpy slide, okay? So the deep slide, you know those like water slides at the water park that are like so deep, it's like your ass barely hits the freaking plastic, you're just like flying. You're like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to heal my relationship with food. I might have fear, but I'm not letting that stop me. I'm ready to release my food rules. I'm ready to go all in. I'm going to introduce some trigger foods because I know the importance of not fearing food and I'm not going to wait. And I don't really want to do things step by step. I'm beyond ready. Some people love that. Some people are ready to go at the water park on the deepest slide because they're like, I want to get to the end. I want to stop my binge eating and I'm ready to conquer. They still have fear. That slide is so deep. You're going down that slide and you're like screaming. You're like, holy moly, what am I doing? This feels crazy. Oh my gosh. But you get to the bottom of the slide, aka you conquer binge eating. That's one way about going through this journey is you're just like, I'm going balls to the wall. I'm ready. Again, doesn't mean that there's fear. There's not fear. You're scared. You're going through that slide. It's so deep. You're like maybe even holding on to the side, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is a steep slope. Holy moly, what am I doing? My ass is not even on the freaking slide. I'm just flying. What's going on? But you get to the bottom of the slide and you conquer binge eating. That's not for everyone. Some people are like, my nervous system, I cannot do that. I need to take things step by step. So the other option, the other way you can go about healing your relationship with food is going on the bumpy slide. You know, the slide that has like the bumps. So it's not as steep, right? The deep slide is like it's super steep. And then you have the bumpy slide where it's like, there's a little bit bump, a little, more bumps. So it's not as steep. Meaning it's a little slower because there's bumps on it. You want to take things slower. You want to take things step by step. You are ready to conquer, but you also want to take things step by step. You're going to show up. You're going to take action. You're willing to release your food rules, but you want to go a little bit slower. Guess what? You are still going to get down to the bottom of the slide. You are still going to conquer. It might take a little bit more time, but you still conquer. So you can decide how you want to get down to the bottom of the slide, so to speak. Do you want to go down the deep slide and just be like, I'm ready to go? Or do you want to take things a little bit slower at your own pace? There's no right or wrong, and you shouldn't be comparing yourself. Both badasses conquer binge eating. Whether you're like the deep slide it is, I'm ready, or you're like the bumpy slide, I like that one, that's more my jam. Perfect. Perfect. But where does your mind go when somebody is conquering faster than you? Because it will happen. There will be people that conquer faster than you. It's not that they're better. It's not that they're smarter. It's not that they're trying harder. This is just the way it is. I'm glad, Cindy, you enjoy that analogy. I'm like, the deep slide, the bumpy slide, we're going for it. Where does your mind go when you see another badass conquering faster than you? Where does your mind go? Oh, it's not possible for me. Are you saying that? Or are you saying, thank you? Thank you for showing me what's possible. Now it's my turn. I'm going to keep going. Because I know the slide that I'm on, it still gets me to the bottom. I've started the journey. I'm midway through the slide. I'm not going to crawl back up. I've started this journey. I've committed. I'm a badass. I don't start things and don't finish. Once I commit to the slide, baby, I'm going all the way down to the bottom. Whether I feel like it or not, I've started. I'm still going to get to the bottom, and I know I'm going to conquer. Maybe it's going to take a little bit longer. Perfect. But where does your mind go? Oh, but she's healing faster than me. Oh, wait, she's already binge free? Wait, what? Looks like she's making faster progress than me. She doesn't have any urges. She's enjoying chocolate without guilt. What? Or are you saying, thank you for showing me what's possible, and you get excited to keep on going? You can decide what slide you want to go down on. And again, for different areas of your relationship with food, you might go down the deep slide for one area, and then you might go on the bumpy slide for another area, so to speak. Maybe releasing food rules, you're like, I don't know if I'm quite ready for that. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready to commit to a better relationship with food, but I'm gonna take things a little bit step by step. And then maybe when it comes to like my fitness pal, you're like, I deleted that like a year ago. And you're like, I went through the deep slide with that. Like, literally just made me more obsessed with food. Goodbye. A badass gets on the slide. And even though she's shitting her pants, she conquers. And she actually kind of likes the thrill. She's excited to challenge herself. Regardless if she goes on the bumpy slide or the deep slide, she loves the journey. She loves the process. She loves working hard towards something. How many of you guys like working hard towards something and seeing your hard work come to life? How many of you guys like that? You're like, there's something about like working really hard towards something and then having it come to fruition and being like, damn, I'm so freaking proud of myself. How many of you guys like that? This has been my whole life. I grew up dancing. I've always loved working hard. And I practiced my routine because I wanted to win competitions. I wanted to do well. I studied in school when everyone else was going out and hanging out. I would study in university. I would wake up early to study. I've always loved working hard. And people would tell me, Lorna, like, you're not normal. When I was 17 years old, I became a yoga instructor. No one else was 17 and becoming certified as a yoga instructor. My parents had to go with me. The owner of the yoga studio was like, we've never had a 17-year-old want to become a yoga instructor. Like, we've never seen this before. But I was that badass. I wanted to do it. I wanted to do what most people weren't willing to do. I became a beach body in university. They were like, you're so young to be doing this. I've always loved the challenge. I've always loved working hard. Even if no one else was doing it, I'm like, I want to do it for me. Because there's something about the process of putting in effort and showing up and then seeing the results. And that's why people are where they are today. That's why people conquer, because they put in the work. And I know you, I know that you enjoy the thrill of like working hard towards something. Yes, I love accomplishing my goals. I love it. Yes, I love it. Yes, me. Whether you recognize it or not, you like the journey. You love how fulfilling it is to see yourself put in the work and your hard work pays off. And this is why when you think back to like any 8-week challenges that you used to do, like any fitness 8-week challenges or whatever it is, the reason you really enjoyed that is because you saw results. Like you saw your hard work pay off. A badass finds fulfillment in the journey, not just the destination. Because a badass is always growing and on to the next goal, right? Like I know you get to the end goal and you're like, okay, well, what's next? Like you don't just hit one goal and you're like, congratulations, now I'm fulfilled for the rest of my life. That's not you. You work hard towards something, you feel a sense of accomplishment, and you're like, okay, what's next? What's the next challenge? I'm ready for this. And then that is proof for why the journey is more important than just the destination. You want to stop your binge eating. But once you get there, you're going to have other goals. I know you. Why? Why is that? You're like, for my whole life, I just wanted to stop binge eating. But then you're going to get there and you're going to be like, okay, well, what's next? Why? Because you love the journey. You love the fulfillment in working hard, in proving to yourself, I can do hard things. I was telling one of my clients, and she said, like, sometimes I miss the days where I used to do these like fitness challenges or whatever and see my body transform. And I said, that's because you like the process. That's because you loved seeing your hard work come to life. You liked proving to yourself, I'm a badass. That's what you liked. And guess what? You can do that now with your relationship with food. But this time, actually feel excited and fulfilled the whole time, not just the end of an 8-week challenge. And then be so glad, like, thank God I don't have to eat plain chicken and spinach and broccoli all day and then revert back to old habits. This time you're doing things sustainably and you're going to take really good care of yourself the whole time. So you're going to enjoy the process. Not just hurry up, I hope this 8 weeks is done so that I can finally have my cheat meal. You're going to have the best routines. You're going to have the best habits. You're going to feel amazing. You're going to listen to your body. You're going to honor your cravings. You're going to nourish your body. You're going to build up trust. You actually don't just want to get to the end destination. You love the journey. And I'm going to be honest with you and say the journey is not all rainbows and butterflies. Let's be real. It's not, okay, I am choosing to heal my relationship with food, and then I wave a magic wand and I never binge again. There will be days you binge. There will be days you overeat. There will be days maybe you don't love what you see in the mirror, but can you keep showing up? There might be days you have way too much chocolate, but can you keep going? A badass doesn't say, that's it. I give up. It's scary. There's fear. It's hard. A badass says, watch me. I'm ready. I'm in for the challenge. Bring it on. I'm ready. Because a badass loves the process. She doesn't fear hard days. She knows that the hard days makes her stronger. She doesn't fear her urges. She says, it is safe for me to feel the discomfort. A badass is willing to do what most people aren't willing to do, and that's exactly why they conquer. Most people will give up when it gets hard or when it gets scary. But a badass says, bring it on. Not because she doesn't have fear or doubt, but she knows that she will be okay. Because what she wants more than anything is to regain her control back. So she doesn't let fear get in the way. Most people will give up. Drop below, I will not give up. Because a badass doesn't give up. Drop below, I will not give up. A badass keeps going until they conquer. Not because they're immune to fear. They have fear, but they ride with it. They'll, okay, fear, get in the back seat. I'm hopping in the driver's seat. I am taking control of my life. You are not in charge anymore. I'm going to be in the driver's seat. Yap. I'm not scared of you. We are breaking years of generational patterns of disordered eating. I am on my way to my binge-free life. I am on my way to be a better example to my children and take control back of my life. I am on my way to treat myself like a badass. So fear, get in the back seat. We're going on a ride. We're going on this journey. One way of making the fear smaller and to get more excited to heal your relationship with food, you have to ask yourself, what are the negative consequences of staying where you are? What are the negative consequences of continuing to binge? What are the negative consequences of feeling controlled by food? What are the negative consequences of continuing to give into your urges and having anxiety around food, constantly obsessing over everything? What are the negative consequences of that? Drop it down below some examples of like what are the negative consequences of that? Is it that you never spontaneously go out for dinner? Is it you don't want to be intimate with your partner? Is it that you literally can't even focus at your work because you're just thinking about food? You're thinking about your next meal. When it's lunchtime, you're already thinking about dinner? Is it that you feel like you're living a double life where your friends and your family see you in one way and they're like, oh, you're so motivated. Kristen and Kayanne and Charlotte and Liz and Brian and Sarah and Brianna, you're so healthy and motivated. And then behind closed doors, you feel like you're being taken over by some outside force and doing things with food that actually don't even feel like you. What are the negative consequences of staying where you are? I become depressed. I won't live as long as I can. I'm going to miss out. No more date nights, depression. This is not, oh, I'm just going to feel bloated. Yeah, my yoga pants aren't going to fit me. It's deeper than that. You want to heal your relationship with food, but it's also like, I also don't want to live with depression. I don't want to not have date nights. I don't want to miss out. I don't want to cut back my life. I want to live a long life. So is it scary? Is it scary to heal your relationship with food? Sure it is. Sure it is. But what's even scarier is to continue to spend another 10, 20, 30, 40 years letting food control you. I would always rather go for it and lean into the fear and live a life that I'm so proud of than say, I wish I did. I wish I did X, Y, Z. I wish I spent more time with my family. I wish I didn't push my kids away. I wish that I didn't have to pass this on to my kids. I wish I healed sooner. You will never regret healing your relationship with food. My clients tell me this all the time. The only regret that I have is that I didn't start sooner with you. But you won't know how amazing you can feel around food unless you go for it, unless you lean into the fear. There's going to be fear. There's going to be challenges. But if you understand that that's part of the process, then you don't get shocked along the way. Who here has ever played Nintendo? Anyone played Nintendo before? Or like video games? I'm not a video game person, but I grew up playing Nintendo. And I really liked Mario Kart. So it's like this video game and you basically are in like a cart and you ride around these courses and you're riding around and, there's these blocks that give you special powers. It's like you get a star and the next thing, you're like, you can go through anything. You can get extra speed. You're like, heck yes, I'm a badass. Look at me go. I'm doing so good. I can run you over. When I'm playing with Andrew, I'm like, look at me. I'm a badass. And it's like, and you're like going so fast. You're just like, I'm a badass. I'm knocking everything over. I'm in first place. Like, look at me. You feel like a badass. You're like, I got this. But then there's also like banana peels. And you slip on one and all of a sudden your car spins. And you get mad and you get frustrated and now you're in last place. And there's these shells that people throw at you. And you're like, what the heck? I wasn't expecting that. I was in first place. And I just feel like I regressed. Mario Kart is my favorite. Yes. Welcome to your journey. It's like playing Nintendo, where you're in a video game. You're in first place and you're crushing it and you're thriving. You're like, look at me go. Look at me. I'm so good. You got the star. You're going super fast. You're on fire. You're feeling hella confident. And then you slip on a banana peel. And you end up in last place. Do you keep going? You can feel frustrated, but do you keep going? In order to get to the next level in any video game, you have to work through your current challenges. And like I said, a badass loves the challenge. You can't go to level 4 if you're not willing to go through level 1, 2, and 3. You got to go through the challenges. You got to challenge yourself. You got to push yourself. Even in Nintendo, level 1 is easy. You're like, look at me go. Just like the day 1 of healing your relationship with food. You're like, I got this. I'm all in. I'm so ready. And then you get to level 2 of Nintendo and it's a bit more challenging. Or you start healing your relationship with food and you're 2 weeks in and all of a sudden you have an urge and you're like, did I just regress? If you want to get to the top, if you want to conquer binge eating, you have to go through the challenges. You have to be willing to get knocked down and stand back up. Not just once, not just twice, but maybe 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. It's not about slipping on the banana peel or having a binge. It's what you do afterwards. In my banana peel phase right now. Yeah, but I keep going. Yes, Kristen, because you're a freaking badass. Brian, I drive off the cliff sometimes. That's definitely happened to me too. And that's going to happen in your journey. It's like you're not even on the track. And I'm laughing, but like I'm serious about this. You're not even on the track sometimes. Like you've completely driven off the racetrack. Maybe you're having a week of binges, 2 weeks of binges. But in Mario Kart, you don't fall off the track and they just leave you there. Some person picks you up and puts you back on the track and says, get up, try again, let's go. So that person that will pick you up when you're off the track, so to speak, you're having binges, is me. Hi. I will pick you up. I'm not going to just leave you there. I'm going to pick you up and say, stand back up. Today's a brand new day. Doesn't matter if you had binges after binge, you're stepping on banana peels, you're off the track. You can get back on the track and keep on going. That's what makes you stronger. There will be challenges. There's going to be days where you binge. There's going to be days where you overeat. But this is why support is also very important. This is why having a community is very important. I will be there to remind you, you are safe. I will be there to remind you, I see you. I will be there to remind you, like, you got this. I've been through this. I know exactly how it feels. And I'm there to guide you every single step of the way. Because there are going to be challenges. But with support, with a coach, you don't have to worry. Especially with somebody who gets you. You feel safe and you're like, okay, she gets me. I trust her. You're going to be okay. You are going to be okay. You're going to slip on the freaking banana peel. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get off the track. But a badass keeps going. She doesn't give up. She stays plugged in. She gets support. She doesn't get sucked into diet culture. When everyone else is dieting, she doesn't get sucked in. It's so easy to get sucked into diet culture when the people that you're surrounding yourself with are dieting. In 2018, everyone that I knew basically was dieting. Nobody in 2018 was healing their relationship with food. Like, that was not a thing. At least the people that I was surrounding myself with, nobody in 2018 was healing their relationship with food. Every single person that I followed on Instagram was dieting. They were posting these workouts, talking about macros. And I was like, I'm going to be different. I'm going to listen to this pull inside of my body that says, it's time to do things differently. When everyone else is dieting, I'm going to do what I know is best for my mental health. And what I know that I needed to do for a really long time, which is heal my relationship with food and be kind and loving to myself, not an a-hole to myself. I decided that. When everyone else is dieting, I'm going to choose to do things differently. Was I scared? Yes. Was I worried? What are people going to think? Yes. But I did it anyways. Where do you lean into the fear, but then you revert back to old habits because no one else is doing this? No one else is healing their relationship with food. You try to introduce trigger foods into your diet and then you binge and you're like, maybe I shouldn't do this. You try ordering what it is that you want at the restaurant and then somebody makes a comment. Somebody maybe comments on your weight and you're like, no, it's not happening again. I can't do this. You see yourself in a photo and you're like, no, I have to go back to dieting. A badass does not get pulled off her path. Or when she does get pulled off her path, she gets right back on because she knows what's best for her. She's focused on herself, her mental health, what's best for her, not what is Bob, Silly, and Sandra doing. What do I need to be doing? A badass doesn't follow the crowd and what everyone else is doing. A badass is unique and different. And I'm willing to do what other people don't do, and that's why I'm going to conquer. Everyone else is dieting for summer, and here you are. You're going to heal your relationship with food so that you can have those spontaneous ice cream dates with your family. You're going to be in your bathing suit, soaking up the sunshine, feeling the sand beneath your feet, and you're like, I feel amazing because I've made peace with my body. That's going to be you. When everyone else is getting sucked into diet culture and dieting for their 500 millionth time, you're going to be different. In 2019, I had a choice. I could either continue to binge and feel controlled by food, or I can go all in with healing my relationship with food. Now, at the time, I was having less urges, but they were still there, but I was having less urges. Some days I felt good with food, and some days I felt out of control with food. Some days, I would eat healthy and, muster up the courage to not binge. And then some days I said, F it, and I just binged. So things weren't horrible. Like, I was still binging, but I had a choice. I could either continue having less urges, or I can get rid of them. I could have some days where I felt good in my own skin, or I can feel amazing, confident, and sexy in my own skin all the time. I could have some days where I felt good or I can heal my relationship with food and feel fully in control. So I can nourish my body, give my body what it needs, still enjoy my delicious chocolate chip pancakes, but have no desire to binge. And I said to myself, I could keep going down this path that I'm on right now. I still have a good relationship with my husband. Yeah, sometimes I'd be snappy. Yeah, sometimes I wouldn't want to be intimate. Yeah, sometimes I'm still feeling anxious for going out for dinner, but like I still have a good relationship. So I could keep going. I could keep just trying to willpower my way and just distract myself when I felt the urge to binge and just maybe try a little bit harder tomorrow. And like, I'm going to try better next week. Or I can get rid of my urges. I could do things sustainably so that not only I can live, not be in autopilot mode. I could travel and not have a single anxious thought in my mind. I had a choice. I did not want less urges. I wanted them gone. I didn't still want to be scared going out for dinner. I wanted to feel so confident going out for dinner, knowing that I could stop when I was full. Like I wanted to be in control. I wanted to feel confident traveling and making the greatest memories of my life. So I had a choice. I could go down this one path where less urges, sometimes feeling good in my own skin, sometimes being able to stop when I'm full, sometimes not giving into my urges, or have full confidence that I could feel good in my own skin, have no more urges, and live my binge-free life. What do you think I did? Of course, I went all in. Of course, I went for it. A badass doesn't want an okay life or an even good life. A badass wants an extraordinary life. She wants to wake up and have these pinch me moments every single day, like, how is this my life? A badass wants to feel joy and fulfillment every single day. How many of you guys want that? I did not want an okay life where I just had less binges. I wanted them gone. I wanted to heal for good. So you can decide right now, how do you want to spend the next few months? You can decide that today everything changes. Today I'm letting go of anything that doesn't serve you or doesn't serve me. Today I'm taking full ownership and I'm going to heal. But I'm doing this for myself and no one else. Big time, yes. You can decide that. You don't have to wait. You don't have to see somebody else go first. You can be the badass that goes first. Maybe you're the first one in your family to heal your relationship with food. I know people in my family, nobody talks about a good relationship with food. Like nobody talks about that. At family get-togethers, it's just like, ho, 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 gonna go burn off calories from eating all this cake. Like nobody talks about a good relationship with food. So you gotta go first. Many of you guys say, I wanna be a better example to my children. That starts with you. Go first. And you can decide that for yourself today. Drop in the chat, I go first. Drop it in the chat, I go first. Yes, Madola, I'm a badass. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait to see somebody else heal their relationship with food. You get to go first. Just because other people in your family don't talk about this or your friends aren't healing their relationship with food, like nobody's saying, oh, this summer, I can't wait to heal my relationship with food. Everyone's talking about diets and all these things. And it's like, do you want to get sucked into that or do you want to be different? Do you want to be the unique badass that you are that does what she knows that she needs to do? A badass doesn't look, what is everyone else doing this summer? Oh, you're dieting? Okay. Oh, you're focusing on weight loss? Okay. What do I want to be doing? That is a badass. I go first, I go first, I go first, I go first, I go first. Yes, 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 yes. So we're going to wrap up day 2. I'm going to talk about the giveaway in just a moment. And I also want to share an opportunity with you guys. I am a unique badass. Yes, Kristen, you absolutely are. Of course, you're in VIP, you're in the membership. So I was going to share with you a program on Friday, but I've already gotten messages like, Lorna, it's been one day inside of your masterclass. You're already making me feel so seen. Like, you're the only person who gets me. What programs do you have? So I'm going to talk about the giveaway, but I also first want to talk about my program, Conquer. Who's in Conquer? I know many of you guys badasses are in Conquer. Brian's in Conquer. Who else? Charlotte's in Conquer. Courtney just joined Conquer today. And 12 people joined. Courtney just joined today. I'm not sure if she's on. I think she popped off. Courtney just joined today for a full year. Like, what a freaking badass. So Conquer is my program that helps you conquer every single area of your relationship with food and your body. You know, there's not just one tool that's going to stop your binge eating. You need to get rid of your urges so that you can be home alone. It's late at night. You can go out for dinner and there's no desire to eat past fullness. You need to stop your nighttime binges so that you can continue eating healthy during the day, which that's the easiest time for you to do it, but then not blow it all at night. You need to stop emotional eating. You need to learn how to cope, manage, and process your food or process your emotions without self-soothing with food. You need to learn how to become an effortless, intuitive eater so you're confident to know how much to eat without tracking. So you can eat when you're hungry. You can stop when you're full. You can find this beautiful balance of, I'm going to nourish my body and eat foods that make me feel my best, while also enjoying sweets and treats without spiraling out of control. You need to learn how to master your mind for a binge-free life, so you can believe that conquering binge eating is possible for you. You can get out of the all or nothing mentality and stop sabotaging your progress every single time you have a binge-free week. You need to heal your body image so you can see yourself as more than a body. So you stop trying to be the smallest version of yourself and you find confidence in who you are right now. You know how to respect your body. You're taking such a care of your body. And inside of Conquer, we do it all. You get rid of your urges. You stop binging at night. You stop emotional overeating. You learn how to eat intuitively, so you know exactly how much to eat without tracking or dieting. You master your mind for a binge-free life, so you believe that you can conquer binge eating. You sustain binge-free months. You get out of the all or nothing mentality, and you heal your body image so that you don't have to spend the rest of your life yo-yo dieting and trying to be in a smaller body your whole life. This is a 6 or 12-month program because you're ready to fully conquer binge eating for good. When you join today, you will get immediate access to my Master Your Mind for a Binge-Free Life program. We're running it right now. There's actually 3 trainings that you can dive into ASAP. There's trainings on how to believe that you can conquer binge eating, how to know when to give yourself grace and self-compassion and when to give yourself self-love, how to actually heal your love-hate relationship with food and binging, how to shift your identity out of binging. We talked about that today, and so much more. There's more trainings. There's a Q&A tomorrow. You get access to this program ASAP. This program alone is $497, and you get it included. And at the end of the month, I'm also running my program on how to stop emotional eating. So how to stop self-soothing with food when you're stressed, bored, or emotional, and that's included as well. You get every single program with me. So if you're like, yes, I'm ready to fully conquer, you can just DM me, Conquer, and I'm going to send you the link. I will answer any questions that you have if there are any specific questions, but it's pretty straightforward. If you're finding value in this and you're like, I'm already getting so much value, like I am ready to conquer. I'm not just like wanting to get rid of my urges or be able to eat intuitively. Like, I want to be able to conquer it all. Like, I'm ready to do this for good. Then Conquer's for you. And again, congrats to Courtney for joining for a full year today. I cannot wait to support you for an entire year and just know that you will conquer. So I'm so excited. Okay, lastly for the giveaway, before we wrap things up, reminder for the giveaway. All you need to do is make a post inside of the Facebook group. Share your takeaways, share your biggest breakthroughs, what changes you're starting to make already since being in the masterclass. Again, whatever is, going well, you're feeling seen, you're feeling understood, whatever you feel, any changes that you want to share. And then I will be choosing a winner every day for the next 3 days. Okay. Tomorrow, day 3, I'm dropping a podcast episode in this group. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'm dropping a podcast. I won't be live, but I will drop a podcast episode inside of this Facebook group tomorrow at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for day 3. Okay? So we've got so much more to cover. I'm so excited to continue supporting you, whether you join the Conquer, you continue in this masterclass. I'm so excited. Message me if you have any questions. Hey, Heather. I will see you guys soon. Have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll chat soon. Bye, guys.